Hey, I'm Dave Klavitter with Dupaco Community Credit Union. Today I have with me Andy Schroeder, the chairperson of our Dupaco board, to talk about what makes credit unions unique, different, and special on International Credit Union Day. This is Dupaco TV. 6 years. So you were elected by the membership in 2014. You put yourself out there, you stepped up, you had to run. This is you have to get people to vote for you. The members' interests that you're going to represent. Why did you decide to do that?
The credit union movement is something that I've always appreciated and have benefited from. I like the idea of really allowing everybody to kind of collaboratively put their resources together and kind of help people when they need it, knowing that sometimes I was going to be on the receiving end of that help and sometimes I was going to be on the giving end of that help. And I thought, what better way than to help kind of shape how it is we're helping and what we're really doing and the tools and practices and education resources that we're putting in place to make people aware of all the things that the credit union can do for them. People are choosing me to represent them. I think is something that I certainly don't take for granted, and all the decisions that we make around the board table. I'm not just thinking about what would Andy do, but what would John do, and what would Sally do, and what would Nancy do, and it's again, when we think about Dupaco, we have members all over the country, so it's not just what would Andy do and what's best for Dubuque, but we've got people in Cedar Rapids, we've got people in Carroll and Galena and Platteville, in Arizona, in Texas, in Florida, in California. And I think decisions that we're making at this board impact people's financial, kind of well-being is pretty significant. The 9-member board that we have is making decisions that represent over 130,000 members. And so, they're not just rubber stamp sort of decisions and let one person speak and everybody else just kind of nods their head. We have some spirited discussions and debates on, what really is best. And I think ultimately as a board, we move forward with what we feel is best for memberships.
This notion of community, this credit union community where our stockholders are the members, the very same people that we serve. So talk about how does that structure, that unique cooperative structure, benefit the members?
It doesn't matter if you have $1 or 1 million or $1 billion. Everybody's on the same playing field. Everybody at the annual meeting, you get one vote. You don't get one vote for every, however much money you have in your savings account or your checking account or CDs or whatever. We're all on an equal playing field. And so I think that that's really a lot of what separates us, or, kind of sets us apart from maybe a bank per se, where, the decisions are really made to drive profits for the people that, are very much invested. Collaboratively, we're all invested in the co-op here as members, 130,000 strong. When one wins, we all win, right? And so as you speak to the community, it's not just about, making sure that have competitive rates and we're doing everything that we can from that standpoint. But one of the things that we also take, very near and dear to our hearts is, when we've had a good month, a good quarter, a good year, we have this surplus and we've been able to do a lot of good with that. Whether that be investing charitably in some of those nonprofits in the various communities by helping, renovate a hospital or building a new community center or, adding benches and lights to a park. Some of those things are things that we, again, the people that you've chosen to represent are saying, this is how we want to spend our surplus. But then also, and I think most of you are familiar with the thank yous, which you should be getting your payouts today. Yes, I know I'm one of those people.
Me too.
But that is, that's a situation where we've said, okay, we all share in this together, and we collectively can say, if we put our money to work and we're, checking all these boxes and doing these things, we should be rewarded for that. And so for some people, that's taking that payout and, paying off, making an extra payment on a bill. And for some people, that's, hey, we're going to go away for a nice dinner or, something like that, buy the kids some new shoes. There's a variety of things that people have done with the thank yous, and we've been able to kind of demonstrate that over the last few years. But the thank yous is a direct result of the membership putting their money to good use, making good financial decisions, and really it's working. And so we all get to celebrate in its success.
Dupaco has your back.
They do.
That's why we're here. Well, thanks for your service on the board. Happy International Credit Union Day, Andy, and spending some time with us. This is Andy Schroeder. He's the chairperson of your Dupaco Community Credit Union Board of Directors.